Hey, how you doing up in here? Listen, these glasses are coming off. I want you to be one of the toughest guys or gals out there. And I don't care if you're 18 or 118. I need you to do something. You have about an hour and a half to do this. I need you to get out there and vote. Now, I know you might be thinking, I'm going to turn this guy off. Just give me a couple seconds here. If you work in a minimum wage job, I don't care what your age is. Do you know that the federal government actually made a law how little they can give you? Do you know that us voting can actually get people in there that would raise it to $15 or $20 an hour? And are you aware of the fact that everything in our life is governed either by our state, our local, our county, our state, and our federal government? Even the street lights, whether you are allowed to drive, anything and everything is governed by people that are actually elected or appointed, including lifetime appointments of judges. Now, for those of you who may be lesbian or homosexual, right now we know that the Supreme Court may try to do some things, or women may try to do some things to stop women from doing certain things. And there's a whole lot on the line here. And I want you to know, by the way, no one on this panel is responsible for what I'm about to say or have already said. Albert J. Torcaso, right here, I'm responsible. You have anything to say? I'll tell you what, give me a call at 412-559-2731. No block calls, unknown or private, will be accepted. I just won't answer them. So if they're blocked, private, or unknown, I'm not going to answer them. But now, you need to understand that the very food that you eat right now is regulated by the FDA. Unfortunately, they're losing their budget and they're losing people. Our airwaves, or net neutrality. You know how they took away net neutrality? You know, they can charge you more or stop your internet. Younger people, millennials, you know those phones and wireless devices we use to get on the internet? You need to get out there and vote and say, hey, we want net neutrality back. That's right. You can do that today. Now, you might not know that you have a dog in the fight. Let's say you're an older adult and you're receiving Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. Did you know that next year's budget, that's right, next year's budget has billions of dollars less in the budget. And over the next 10 years, it's like $1 trillion. So it could be the end of Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. And while you're at it, my friends, I want you to know something. We have the power to change everything. We could even demand, by voting and other means legally, that our members of Congress have to have the same health care plans and options, or lack of options, that we have. That they have to have Social Security and nothing else. That they don't get lifetime retirements and paid this, that, and the other, or that their members of their family or staffs don't get their student loans forgiven. Right now in Congress, if you're a member of Congress, your child can get their student loan forgiven. So if any of you have student loans out there, you ought to get mad. But don't go getting mad and getting violent. Just get out there and vote. That's right, because they don't have to pay back their loans. That's right, even if they're just staffers. And there's a whole lot of other stuff. We don't have all day, but what we do have is power. So you could be 18 or 118. You need to get out there and vote. And if you have a ride, you need to help other people get out there and vote. Now, there's another thing I want to tell you before I go. Voting is once every 6 months or so. But we have the power to change everything. I want you to start locking up $50 or more every month and taking it out of the economy. Put it in a lockbox, a safe, or somewhere that no one else knows, and try to save $3,000 or $4,000 a year. Yeah, I know that's radical. I want you to do it. I want you to tell every one of your friends in America to do the same thing. We will affect the economy in an adverse way. And yes, it's going to hurt, and a lot of people are going to be laid off or lose their job for a while. A while. That's the key. Only a while. You might be thinking, what? And in return, people will get better pay when they go back to their job. And we will control the United States of America. We, the people, will actually be the boss. And we will do it financially, morally, spiritually, and ethically. Look, I can give you a million other reasons to vote. But right now, I need you to be tougher than any original gangster or OJ in the history of the planet. I want you to be so tough that the United States SEAL looks at you and says, dang, they tough. Now, are you tough enough to vote, or are you a coward?